Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing amazing. I'm doing good and it's been really long since I filmed a long form video, 1 month. I was active on Instagram but I hadn't made any long video because I had an exam, so I was kind of busy. I couldn't take time out for it. And now that I have time, I was going through the comments and I came across this comment that said, how do you deal with hate? There was just one comment. I could have said a lot of you are asking me to make a video on this topic, but I don't want to lie to you all. So there was just this one comment. So I thought I'd make a video on this topic and tell you guys how I handle hate as a creator and how you can too. Before I tell you that, however, I want you to get an idea of the kind of content you create if you don't follow me on Instagram or if you haven't seen my YouTube shorts. So I create videos around social satire and topics that are still a taboo in our society. So as a result, I do face a lot of backlash and hate comments. I also receive a lot of love, but then hate comments are there nonetheless. And I definitely need a system to keep those feelings in check. So yes, let's dive in. So the number one thing that you need to know is what happens when you receive a hate comment. So you're just scrolling through your phone, going through your comments, and then you see this one comment that's really, really bad, that might be some kind of threat, that might be describing graphically what they want to do to you. They might be saying something about how bad you look. They might be calling you ugly, saying something about your appearance, anything that puts you in a bad mood. Now, as soon as you see this message, before you can even understand what the comment is saying, what happens is your body senses danger and your systematic nervous system comes into play. As a result of that, your heartbeat fastens, your breath catches, there's an adrenaline rush, and your body is put in a fight or flight mode. So now that your body knows that it's a threatening situation, what I want you to do is not react immediately. Take some time, relax, let your breath calm down, and just sit, maybe drink a glass of water, clear your mind before you do anything. That should be the first step always, even when it's not about negative comments, even if it's something that someone says in your real life, even if you face some really bad situation, this is the first step that you should always follow, rather than just jumping to a conclusion and reacting in a way that you might later regret. Second, I want you to remember that no matter what this comment says, it's not the end of the world. You're not actually in a dangerous situations. You're fine. It's okay. It's just a comment. Your world is not gonna come crashing down because of this one message, or it could probably be multiple messages as well. So I want you to remember that you're fine and it's not the end of the world. The third thing, it's not a thing that you can do, but just something that I've noticed is you get used to it as time passes. So initially, one single comment has the ability, has the power to make you feel really, really bad and put you in a stressful situation. But as you continue making content, as you continue in this journey, you will be exposed to a lot of people and you get used to it. You start to realize that it really does not matter, and you develop more tools to cognitively deal with it, emotionally deal with it. So when it happens the first time, it might be really hard, but eventually it's going to be okay, and I want you to remember that. You also start realizing that these comments, they say more about the person who has commented rather than about you, and you will stop taking them personally. There obviously are going to be comments that criticize you in a good critical manner, so that's a separate thing. You will obviously have some good ways to deal with those comments as well, how much feedback you want to take, how much you want to ignore. But I'm talking about the ones that are just there to spread hate, to make you feel bad, to show anger, all of those things. These are the comments that you will learn to ignore, and you will learn to not take them personally as time passes. The fourth point is having your work hated by some people is a badge of honor. This is something that I read in the book Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. I am also planning to make a long form video on the lessons that I got from that book. But here, let's talk about it. So I make topics on social satire that are feminist in nature. As a result, I get a lot of hate from people who are not feminist, who are anti-feminist. I make videos on LGBTQIA community, supporting them. So I also receive a lot of hate from homophobics. Now, you know what would worry me? When homophobics and anti feminist people start siding with me and they like me. So, as long as these are the people who hate on me, it's actually a sign that I'm doing something good that's pissing these people off. I want to piss them off. And similarly, it could be true about anything. So, there are a lot of these get ready with me videos, fashion pages. There are these really hot, cool girlies, and they get hated on by the people who have horrible fashion sense, zero sense of dressing up, these men who themselves look really bad. And I'm only saying this because they feel free to comment on the girl's video. So when you receive hate from someone who themselves has no fashion sense, it's actually good because they don't have the brains to understand fashion in the first place. So yes, sometimes the hate you receive from the kind of people that you actually don't like is a good thing. It's also a good time to remind you that no matter what you do, there are always going to be people who don't like you simply for existing. Even if you say a basic fact like violence is not good, or you should be kind, there are going to be people who are going to object that, who are going to give you thousands of reasons why you're wrong and why violence is justified. It's just the way internet is built. People feel free to counter just about anyone. Some people do it actually to rage bait you. You will soon start to understand that no matter what you do, even if thousands of people like you, admire your work, there are also going to be thousands who don't. And eventually you're going to be very okay with that fact. The fifth point that I want you to remember is you are allowed to make mistakes. Because when you are putting yourself on a public platform, people are expecting you to behave in a certain way because you have this image built of yourself. So when you say something that's contrary to what you believe in, what you stand for, people are going to come forward and criticize you for it. Some might even spread hate. So in such a situation, rather than hiding away from it, just come forward, accept your mistake, own up to it, maybe delete that video, take responsibility, and it's going to be fine. But I want you to remember that it's okay to make mistakes. We are humans and everyone makes mistakes. Give yourself and others the space to make mistakes and correct them as well. The sixth point I want you to remember is you are not the work you do. There's so much more to you that people don't know. So you only put a fraction of your life online. There's so many hours of your day, so many things in your life that people don't know, and they probably never will. In situations like this, there is a parasocial relationship. The audience thinks they know everything about you or they know too much about you, but there are so many deeper, more important parts about you that they're never going to know, which only a certain people in your life are going to know. Anybody, even people who are really, really famous, only a certain people really know them, very few, and it's true for everyone. So we can never know a content creator fully. And you have to remember that about yourself as well, that your audience only knows the part of you that you have showed them. So even though you might be filming in the safety of your home alone, just sitting in front of a camera and talking like I am doing now, but you also know in mind that you're putting this video for the world to see. And in a way, you're behaving in a way that you would when you are surrounded with people. So you're behaving in your social manner. You're not behaving how you would behave when you're in private with your family, with your partner, with your siblings. You're behaving in a way that you would when you are out in society. A lot of times content creators are also in character, so they might not be who they really are in their real lives. They play a character, they show a part of themselves and hide other parts of themselves, which is totally fine as long as they are not actively lying or spreading a fake message. So in such a situation, when somebody comes up and they hate on you, you have to remember that they don't truly know who you are. They don't know the nights you spend crying. They don't know what you truly love. They don't know the deeper parts of you. They don't know the good parts of you. So it's okay. You can't expect such a person to truly understand what you feel because they don't even know you. They're just judging you on the basis of one single video, one single dialogue that you said in a video, one single sign that you showed in a video, one single incident, whatever. It's not your whole story, and you have to remember that when dealing with such comments. The seventh point is don't take criticism from someone whose life you would not want to live. So I don't have role models per se, but I have a lot of people who I don't want to be like. And when criticism or advice comes from these specific groups of people, these specific kinds of people, I make sure to close my ears, because why would I want to listen to you? You're someone I don't even like. I would never want to be like you. On the other hand, if it's someone that I truly admire, that I look up to, Their advice, their criticism would be more than welcome if put in a nice way. But if it's someone that I really don't like, if it's someone that I would never want to be like, I'm not going to listen to you. However, this point holds more true for people you meet in person in your real life rather than on Instagram or YouTube or social media, because most often than not, you don't know who the person is behind the fake ID or the real ID. They're mostly strangers. But when it comes to your personal life, a lot of people are going to give you advices regarding your content. They're going to maybe say hateful things as well. But I want you to remember that if this person is not living the life that you want to live, don't listen to what they have to say. You don't have to react to them, you don't have to say something critical. Maybe listen and just let it go. Now, the last advice is kind of related to the previous point. It is that you have to remember that most of these accounts are fake accounts. If you click on them, you'd see there's mostly zero posts, zero following, zero followers, and they have specifically made this account to rage bait people, to comment things, really heinous things, really bad things. Please do not hesitate before blocking them. I do it all the time. This person is so evil. They don't have their own life to live. They're so bored, so sad that they have nothing better to do than to create a fake ID and comment on random girls and random person's posts and make them feel bad about themselves. Why would you want such a person to have access to you? Don't think twice before blocking them. Report their ID, report their messages. This is what they deserve. They don't deserve access to you. Your energy is precious and you can do whatever it takes to protect it. You don't owe someone access to you just because you have a public profile, just because you are a public figure. As a content creator, we get exposed to so many people, but that doesn't mean that it's okay for anyone to come and say anything. At the end, we are humans and we feel just as deeply as anybody else does. You wouldn't go to a person in real life and say some things that you feel okay to comment. Just remember that these people who feel that it's okay to comment such things are really sad. They have really low self-esteem and they're just projecting these feelings onto you, trying to make you feel bad because they cannot digest that a person is so confident and happy and they're able to put themselves out in front of the world. Oh, and I also remembered one thing. So there was this one time where this person was continuously commenting something under my video, and for some reason I didn't block them immediately, so I was deleting their comments. It was just really bad. And then this person commented that, oh my god, she's deleting my comments, tere mein himmat nahi hai kya, and all of that. And I then blocked that person. But I want you to remember that they want you to see their comments and feel bad about it. But it's honestly okay for you to delete as many comments as you want and let only the positive comments be there, because it's your space. Why would you want to surround yourself with negative energy? I read something similar on Instagram. I forgot, or I'd have given credits, but it said something like, if there was a lot of dust piled up in your home, you wouldn't just let it sit there, right? You would take a broom and swipe it away. So your comments are just like that. If somebody comes and shits in your comment, you have all the right to clean your comment section and delete those comments. You don't owe anyone the presence under your comment section. If they want to spread hate, they can just do it on their account. They don't have to project their insecurity on your account. And one more pattern that I've noticed it. So there's this video, there's no comments, okay? Now somebody comes and writes something really nice, really beautiful. People will follow lead. They will start commenting really nice, beautiful things about the video. Another scenario, what happens is there's this another video, same maybe, but this one person comes up with some hateful comment and they type it. And now sooner than you know, your comment section is filled with hateful comments. This is a common pattern that I've noticed under my videos as well, which is why I make sure that if there's a disturbing comment, I delete it, because what people think is that just because this one person has commented, तो उनको भी फिर हिम्मत आ जाती है that okay, it's okay for me to comment something bad as well. And you don't want that for your own, for the benefit of your own mental health. So feel free, feel okay to delete as many comments as you want. You're not sitting there to do some charity for these people who can just come up and shit anywhere they want. It's your space and you have all the rights to keep it as you want. And if you are a viewer, I would urge you to think twice, thrice, 4 times before commenting something. Only say the things that you'd be comfortable saying it a person's face in real life. Do not say things that you think would not be okay if the person were standing in front of you. To you, it might just be a comment, but for the person reading it, it could leave a scar. It's not very easy for everyone to just read and get over it. I have grown a thick skin, but sometimes there are some things that leave me thinking, and it's not a good feeling. But I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any more questions, feel free to drop them in the comment sections. If there's some method, some coping mechanism that you use to deal with these hate comments, I would love to know them as well. And the weather here is really nice. Now I'm just gonna go and eat something because I'm hungry, and I'll see you in my next video. If you have any more topics that you want me to make a video on, comment them down. I'll see you soon. Bye bye, love you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do it now.